Hi everyone, this is Sian, Archer and Olive Ambassador here, also known as at Perceived Grace, both on YouTube and Instagram. Today I am back with another video on using paper in your bullet journal. In this video, I will be using a few materials. I'm using a traveler size Archer and Olive bullet journal, but of course all of these ideas work in any size bullet journal. I'm using paper, of course. Archer and Olive dot grid notepads are a great resource for these kinds of ideas. I'm using patterned scrapbook paper of my choice, and sticky notes are a great thing to incorporate as well, just in regards to using paper in your bullet journal. I do need to use adhesive to adhere the paper to my bullet journal pages, so I'm using roller tape and a glue stick, paper cutter or scissors. I use both in this video, and then I do use an optional corner cutter in this video, but of course you can just round off the corners of your paper with scissors. I am a fan of a rounded corner. Pencil and pens as well. You definitely want the pencil more so just to mark off where you want to cut the paper in order to size it down to your bullet journal pages. And don't forget, there is a corresponding blog post linked in the description box down below where you will also find a patterned paper printable. Let's get started. My first and favorite way to use paper in my bullet journal is by creating a background, and I like to do this using patterned paper or scrapbook paper, where you are quite literally sizing the paper to fit the entire page of the bullet journal spread that you want to have this for. I really enjoy doing this. I'm obsessed with it lately, and depending on the size of your bullet journal, you would obviously just size it to that. We are in a traveler size bullet journal today, just for the sake of kind of keeping things concise, and I am creating a daily layout spread. But again, all of these ideas apply to weekly or monthly layouts as well, or even just simply journaling layouts if you just want to create a spread to have your thoughts, if you're not necessarily planning and you're just using it as a way to journal. And of course, if you're creating a background, you're most likely going to need more paper to create boxes to go on top of that background, especially if you're planning. So I am just adhering a checklist sticky note into my page there, and I'm also doing the same thing with a box I created from that Archer and Olive dot grid notepad. That's the pastel set, and the purple works nicely with the decorative pages I selected as my background, so that worked out well. And I'm just stacking them on top of each other. The first box is going to be for tasks, the second box is going to be for notes, and again, if this was a weekly spread, those boxes might be days of the week. If this was a monthly spread, you might even have used a larger dot grid notepad page to create a full page calendar or a half page calendar or something like that. And I'm just filling the space here, again, going along with the idea of creating a daily layout. So just leaving a really positive message there on the left and adding a day of the week at the top. On the right hand side, I'm gonna do a background as well, but the background's not going to fill the entirety of the page. I am marking out the sizing that I want there, and it's gonna leave me room on the top and the bottom for paper washi strips as well. So along with the background and the boxes, my third idea for using paper in your bullet journal is washi strips. If you feel like you don't have a lot of washi in your collection or whatnot, I think using decorative paper to create washi strips is a genius way to kind of feel like you have more washi in your repertoire and just to add more decoration to your spread. I'm implementing another box there just because I do like to have a currently reading box in my daily spreads as well. So I'm just showing you, again, we're putting another box on top of that background. I'm also going to show you that my fourth way is to cover mistakes. So I just used that green on that purple, and I don't really like how it turned out. I don't think the green popped enough on there, so I'm going to be covering that up with another box. So the fourth, and maybe the best way, even objectively best way to use paper in your bullet journal is to cover mistakes. So this would apply if you were just simply on the white original dot grid page of the bullet journal and you made a mistake. You could pull some white dot grid page from the back of the bullet journal or from an Archer and Olive dot grid notepad, and you could cover that mistake that way. Another way that I didn't quite show you in this setup today is headers. You can also use paper in your bullet journal for headers as well. I didn't quite need that in this daily layout, but that's another great way. And here you just see me laying down those paper washi strips, as I mentioned before. But that is all for me in this video. Be sure to check out the description box below for that corresponding blog post. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and gave you some ideas, and we'll see you in our next video.